So here we are back. Oh, look at that. It looks better anyway, man. It's so technologically amazing that it just kind of looks right through me. That's super cool. All right, so let's get into it. And one judgmental thing that we can say is that the players in the lower cohorts are naturally graduating faster. Makes sense, right? It's a little bit, it's not, you get to 1800, you got a lot of people who've really put a lot of work in. You're dealing with some very impressive players. But the lower rated cohorts, look, dude, we have some people putting in the work, but over here, last 7 days, it's not, could be better. Could be better. In any case, we're looking at here and so forth. Love the name. And we're just going to click on and so forth, see what we got. They are almost at the 300 barrier here. Okay, so here we go. Pop. Already, actually, and so forth has done a great job here. Almost there, really. Started at 0. I don't even... started 0. How do you start at 0, man? In any case, chess is humbling. That is true. So let's take a look. We got the activity and pretty good breakdown. Yeah. Let's say, for example, tactics. The program mates in 1, puzzle rush 5 minutes. Beautiful. Yeah. Everyone's first chess workbook. Great. And then over here, we got the review. We got blunder games. Fantastic. Annotated games. I'm really hoping that he has an annotated game for us. Okay. This is really good. Let's look if... Is there a game, please? There's one game with and so forth. Here we go. And I can just say that this optically looks like a good annotation, just on the first visual glance. Great, dude. Okay, time out. Let's pause to praise and so forth. At this level, what we really want is basic tactics. And what's going to happen with basic tactics is exactly like this kind of visualization of just like what's under control. So great arrows. I find, people who are just beginning have a really hard time seeing what's attacked and what's defended. And so I talk a lot about how in the under 1,000 cohorts that it is all about, not hanging pieces, and that's true. But when you're just starting, the 0 to 300, it is really like just seeing what is attacked and what is defended. Okay, so here we go. Knight f6, good. I love the arrows. Fine. With opening principles, fine. Fine. Funky move. Black here, Sensei GM Kraai, bark within. Moving the same feet twice in the opening is a no-no. Black rationalizes bishop g6 thus. First, keeping the tension could be fun and interesting. That's not a good... No, we don't want just fun and interesting. That is not the rationalization, fun and interesting. Second, if white were to take, they'd be moving their bishop twice as well, and after h takes g6, black would secure a semi-open h-file. Okay, well written. So, you know that what I want you to do is I want you to take the bishop. That's what I want you to do. I want you to take the bishop and to play e6. Now, the thing you're saying about the h-file, first of all, I don't know how big of a deal it'd actually be. But second of all, there's no need for white to rush that take, right? So we are definitely losing a tempo here. I'm so happy, though, that you recognized, that was going on, that was the thing. Okay, knight bd7, e6 looks more natural. Good arrows, okay. castles. And then I don't like that move. And you already know why I don't like that move. I don't like it because it's not developing your stuff. Now, you do have a very fancy idea, which is to play e5. Very fancy idea. And this is so cool. You guys did the post-mortem, too. What do I want you to do? I want you to play e6. You need to get your boss out before you get wasted. Okay, bishop h5. Now, by the way, let me just say that so far, white has played, for this level, a great game. And at this level, they will give you things like time. You are giving him time as well. And honestly, I'm not going to shout at anybody for losing time here, because the most important thing here is going to be people hanging stuff, right? What should white do? Probably c takes d5 or knight c3, one of those moves, right? One of those moves. Okay, so h3, e5. Now, this has turned into a scary situation for white, and he reacts by taking. And let me just say, this whole e5 thing that you did, what's really nice about it is it kind of, well, not kind of, it fulfills this general principle we would like to have, which is if we can develop with attack, we should. Now, some people might say a pawn move's not a developing move. No, you need two pawn moves to get yourself developed. And now this e-pawn has to move, whether we go to e6 or e5. And we have a threat. And if they take, they will fix our worst piece and create some drama around the white minors. Okay, so de5, knight e5. Okay. Now, bishop e2. Notice, loss of a tempo. I think a really interesting question would be queen a4. And one of the things I want you to see, by the way, we're putting out this great book soon called How to Analyze Your Games. And one of the things that I say in said book is that if you don't see it in your analysis, you're not seeing it in the game. And what that means is there's not a lot of variations in here. So, for example, it would be a really good, this would be like a practice of like, well, is this a good move, queen a4? If it's plausible, we should do it, because I don't think we're going to lose a tempo if we play queen a4. But the point is, bam! And we say, you can have my pawn. Bam! Oh, no! And these people are all hanging. They're all hanging, and then we're doing great. So, anyways, that's a nice variation I just wanted to show. Losing time. Knight takes c4, reasonable. Okay. Okay. Now, this one, I'm okay with losing time like that because you are securing your business. But, okay, c6. Doesn't do much. You are a very frisky man. You are a very frisky man. Other people would just bounce. They would just move that knight back. They just move him back. Now, one thing I want you to see is, one of the reasons I was okay with c6 is you're killing the knight on c3 by controlling these squares. So, bishop b4 introduces a lot of craziness into the position. Queen c2 happens. Personally, I think they should try to, white should try to mix it up here, you know. Queen c2. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's wrong. Uh-oh, and now we blunder. Okay. So, Team Black blunders spectacularly. Right. So, now look, this arrow thing that you're doing, fantastic, right? So the game is now turned entirely on this tactical point. and you've heard me say it again, but I'm be dogmatic about it. It is these kinds of mistakes that kill people, that absolutely destroy. And, I mean, GMs blunder too. Let's just be fair. I certainly blundered yesterday. Oh my God. But this kind of blunder is what's going to be really slowing your progress. Imagine, actually, that you don't make this blunder. Well, you're going to win this game, or you're going to have great chances to win this game, right? Just move your knight on back. One thing I'm seeing you do, actually, is you make a lot of frisky moves, right? You even said something at the beginning where you were like, I want to make things spicy. I want to make things hot. And, you don't want to do hot just for hot's sake. Okay, so let's see how this game finishes. Well, why does black resign? What? What are you doing? What are you doing resigning? Not at this level, my friend. Oh, and so forth bows. Oh, man. Oh, man. No. You got to understand. At this level, these chumps are going to be dropping the pieces just like you did. Come on. You got to play on. Yeah. No. They are going to this guy's going to still drop a bunch of stuff. Let's look at the time graph. Boom, look at that thing. We could chastise people saying they didn't quite use enough time. What is it? Look at that. Move 10 is where black really tanked on this C6 move. Okay, so and so forth. I love the annotations, and you just realize, right, that when you try to be spicy, it's fine to be spicy. But when you get super spicy, you have to really make sure it's right. So for example, knight e4, you have a piece hanging, right? And then you miss something basic like queen g7. It's going to be all about that square visualization. Obviously, playing is going to help. The blunder games are going to help. I was going to say the Polgar mate in twos, you're doing the Polgar mate in ones, fine. But exactly like seeing the board, seeing where every square is touched, so critical for where you are now. I have a feeling and so forth is going to be on the graduation show pretty soon. Again, the idea of this top of the cohort is I want to look at people who have done a bunch of work and then haven't made it for whatever reason. In fact, next time, I'm going to reorganize it a little bit. So 3 to 400, we have Midgie Man is up next. So if I go by Dojo score, bang. See, we got, the reason I'm doing Midgie Man, by the way, is I'm doing people who are consistently working. You see, last 7 days, we got some people who haven't been doing the work. By the way, there's significantly more people than 10 in this cohort, but the cruelty of our web developer, Jack Stengline, is that if you don't do any work for 30 days, pop, you get booted off the Dojo scoreboard. Okay, so let's go take a look at Midgie Man. Why aren't I playing the Baltimore Open? Great question, dude. I started at 11 yesterday. I played 2 rapid games that went the distance. Then I had to play a long game at night, and so I started at 11 a.m. I finished at 10, and I blundered at 9:55. So that's why I'm not playing the Baltimore Open, man. So I came back and I was like, at least I could do the top of the cohort show. Okay, this is cool. 50-year-old who wants to understand the game. I'm 50. 51, Bows. 51. I think actually once you pass 50, you just start saying 50, you know. It's like when Seinfeld used to say he was 30-something, you know. All right, so Midgie Man's getting there and doing some work. Let's take a look. So not logging games, and nothing with the games bucket. And now he's cheating on us with a non-dojo. What is he doing? Openings. Oh, no. Oh, no, Midgie man. That's not going to help you, Mouse. That's going to actively hurt you to do the openings at this point. Okay, let's look at tactics. That all looks good. Middle game strategy, okay. End game. So I have a feeling we're not going to see any games here. No. And Midgie man, the desire is simple. I strongly suspect what you need is to do the blunder games and, to do an analysis like we saw just a second ago. Fantastic. Will really help. And, the heart of the dojo really is to put the games in. I guarantee, this is a strong guarantee, this is a hard guarantee, that doing openings right now is not what you want to be doing. Right? And if you want to learn chess, boom, you will learn chess. You will definitely learn chess. And the openings will come later. And you will be doing, every game you're doing the openings. It's just you're working on playing principled moves. Like we saw in the last game, your opponents are going to give you time. You want to play principled moves and not give them time. Okay, let's go to the next one. And this is going to be 4 to 500. And we have Penro here, who has done some work recently. Here you're starting to see a cohort that a little bit more work. And my theory is, and we can test this a little bit by going up, is the more we go up, the more work, consistent work we're going to get from people here. Also, the total cohort hours is just going to be much higher as we go up. That's my sense. All right, here we go. Penro. Good, MD9. Yeah, if you're still hanging around after I'm done, maybe we'll go look. We'll go look at your stuff. Older beginner. Nice. June 23. Okay. Cool. So, pretty good progress. Pretty good progress. Might get there soon even. Might get there soon. Okay. Activity. Honestly, I love this too about the dojo is that we have just a variety of players, but also just people totally beginning. And I just had a flash to thinking like, if I took up something new, how cool would it be if I had some community, right? We're just like, this is what you need to do, Bows. This is what you need to do. Go do it. And I kind of have that now with CrossFit. It's like, people telling me what to do and I just go do it, So, great. Also for my kids, I want my kids to have like something, I want them to be into whatever it is. Maybe it's math or something, like a chess dojo thing for math or something for my kids. Boom, something like that. Okay, so this looks great. What do they do in non-dojo? Tactics, fine. So much better. If you're going to do non-dojo, some tactics, fine. We got some tactics over here. That looks pretty good. And then we got some games analysis. Really good. Yeah, really good. And let's take a look, see if we got some games here. We do. Oh, Penrose's doing some good work, too. Some good work. All right, let's look at the most recent one. This was played very recently. This is against Arando. And we're going to get the times. Let's look at it. Now, by the way, often, the challenge of the lower cohorts is they're not able to actually sit and think. And especially when they're playing randos online, these randos will be moving instantly, even though it's a 30-minute game, right? And so that makes it psychologically hard to take your time yourself. Plus, sometimes they can get aggro on you and be like, dude, move, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't have all day. There's the time usage. Oh, did I call it, dude? Okay, so Penro definitely thought their opponent, look at this. This opponent has no business playing a 30-minute game, dude. He moves, hey, buddy, you only use 3 minutes. What are you doing? What are you doing? Play a 3-minute game if that's what you want to play. I'll do the 600, 700 pepper chest, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, Chili Buttons, I'm going to yell at you hard, buddy. Oh, I'm going to yell at you hard. Come on. No, you don't. What I will say, though, Chili Buttons, is let's say you make 12, 13, great. At a certain point, you're going to hit a level, you're like, oh, I really need to dig deep. And that's when you're going to need to do those longer games. So here we go, Penro. Actually, we'll go back here. And this must be a lead chess game because those ratings are really high. Okay, now we could talk about e5. There's nothing wrong with what you did. Nothing wrong. Nothing actually wrong with knight c3. Check to the miserable king. Okay. Pin. Okay. All right. So both sides have played reasonably well. And now knight e2, what's the problem? You're moving a developed piece twice, right? What would be a better move? Castles. Okay. Interesting position. But we're hanging a pawn. Okay, so what we needed to do here is, even though it's highly unpleasant, we needed to admit that all this stuff we did with knight e5 wasn't there. And we needed to play something like bishop takes c6, right? Because losing a pawn, no bueno. Oh, senior moment. Man, oh man, senior moment. Also, a tactic here should be noted. Even stronger would have been check to the miserable king, check to the miserable queen, and then we're going to whack him here. But he's just so happy. He's like, all right, I'm out of here. Oh, no. Now, here's funny. You say, I should have added a defender to the c2 pawn. Bouse, your bishop is about to get taken. Oh, and now we're just doing a yard sale, man. This is what we call a yard sale. So, life can be so nice. Thank you for gifting the subscription. Let me just say, yard sale, maybe that's not something people know, but back when I was skiing as a kid, you know, if you hit the mountain and you hit a big bump and you just started tumbling, and your glove fell off over there, your scarf fell off over there, buddy, your goggles, dude, your poles, everything's just tumbling down the mountain. We call that a yard sale, okay? Because everything's just out in the yard for sale, and that's what's going on with the white pieces here. It's just a full-on sale. Yep. Now, but don't give up. Don't give up. I realize this is technically lost, no doubt. And if you were playing me, I would say give up. but you're playing some chump. You know, keep going. They could blow it still. They could blow it still, yeah, for sure. Uh-oh. I just got something on my poor glasses. All right, so let's go and do the Penro. I hope, dude, Penro. Let's just say the obvious, Penro. You're just starting this game, and you're going to hang some stuff, and we need you to do especially the blunder games. Let's go back. Go activity, and we go games and analysis, and you've done 23 blunder games. Good. And that's really where we want you to live for a while, to live in the blunder games and the annotated games. That's really the most important thing. And of course, you know, you'll be doing your tactics and all that other stuff. But that is really the most important thing. You are hanging things. Your opponents, though, are also hanging things, guaranteed. So don't resign, because they can give it back to you. Okay. Good. Let's go to the next one. 500, 600. Today, we are looking at Andy M. Boom. And A little bit weird what's going on with Andy M. Has fallen down below 500, maybe started above it. And so maybe also not that many games are being played. Let's see activity. I just realized if they don't have games, I could actually stalk them. I could go stalk them. Sometimes I feel bad about stalking them like that. But in any case, Andy M is doing some good work. Let's click around a little bit. Tactics. Looking great. Okay. Middle game of strategy. All right. End game. Okay. We got some games analysis. Non-dojo. We got some tactics. Maybe some YouTube videos. Fine. Okay. So, this is a good amount of points. So we definitely want to see you progress. Let's look at games and analysis. And we have a review. So maybe no games. What do you guys think? Is it terrible for me to stalk him for a second? Let's stalk Andy M just for a second. It's okay to stalk somebody. So Andy M has been playing for a while. And Italy. Nice. Okay. Let's just click on one of these games here. So, Andy M's playing over here. Okay. Okay. Oh! Well, there's the game. So, we needed to play F5 here. And after F5, it's a very rich situation, which is hard to judge, because your bishop is talking to the king over here. So there it was. That's the big mistake, and that's where the game is going to be decided. I'm happy that Andy M did not give this bad boy up. In fact, look at that. His opponent hung a piece. No, we didn't want to hang that pawn. H6 would have been better, huh? Dang, we hung another piece. By the way, that's a nice tactic that White did. Well done. Well done. And it is rapid games. That's right. We got some stalking. Okay, good. So, let's do the next one. We have 600, 700. Boom. Pepper chess is right there. Oh, but we can't do pepper chess, dude. There's nothing done in the last 7 days. So we got to go to the famous Southern Run. Now, let's just see what's going on here. So, by the way, Pepper Chest, you're looking like you're due for a graduation, Bowers. You're looking like a graduation, man. Je ne suis pas Dave. He's getting there too, man. He's getting there too. Je ne suis pas Dave. We're talking about somebody who came from the very beginning, hanging pieces left and right. That dude's getting there, man. That dude's getting there. Yeah. Really cool. He's doing USCF as well, over the board. By the way, as you come up the ladder, you start to see more and more people are using over the board. Really cool, actually, to see 2 here doing USCF. Cohort got sizably bigger here, too. Again, there's a lot more people than this. These are just the people who are active in the last 7 days. An OG of the trading program. Right. Southern Run, too, man. Southern Run. Why am I not following Southern Run? Southern Run is definitely a hard worker. So, 642 looks like they hit a pretty good high here. So, quite recently, and then bounced around a little bit. So, Southern Run's graduated before. This would be really cool if Southern Run graduating. I'm not, a lot of these people, I don't have a full picture, but I imagine so. I think Southern Run mentioned something about having a family and a job and all this other stuff. So, Cool that he's doing this. Let's take a look. Lots of work, dude. Lots of work. However, he's doing some stuff non-dojo. What is he doing? Some tactics. Okay, if you're going to cheat on the dojo, I'm okay with you doing some tactics. Let's look at your tactics over here. All right, touch of, we get starting to get the mates in 2 here. Yeah, that all looks good. That all looks good. All right. So, I have a feeling we're going to get some games. Maybe. We got these annotated games. Blender games. Good. Games played. Okay, let's go games. This looks like it's going to be an actual over-the-board game. We got some clock times. Great. Great. So, fine. Oh, Southern Run is black. Let's switch it up here. Castles. Weird. Fine, we're not worried about this. All right. For some reason, I felt he would move knight g5, so wanted to restrict that move. This also opens an escape square for my king. Well written. And, you know, I don't like it. What do I want you to do? I want you to play bishop g4. Right? That's what I want you to do. I want you also to see that even though white starts with the first move and begins the game up a tempo, because white blew a tempo with a3, you are actually up a tempo. So let's take advantage of it and play a move like bishop g4, threatening knight d4. Okay, so h6, loss of time. Good. c3. Now c3 is technically a loss of time, but it's important to see that it is restricting your knight on c6. Now, the obvious move, I think, would be to hack this knight. Boom, baby. And then now we're going to say, I have an initiative against the black king. And then a simple way of proceeding would then be knight h5, followed by queen h4. We could also think about bringing this bad boy over. So we have a nice attack against the black king here. We want the lady right in front of the king now. Let's bring her in. All right, rook e8. Why is it bad? Because it's giving time. Why is this exchange bad? Because the whole idea of c3, the only benefit of this move is to restrict this knight. No longer restricted. By the way, in all this time, I still want you to take this knight. I still want you to take the knight, but even better, bang! Thank you very much. And now we talk about the obvious, and we say these games are decided when people hang stuff. Bishop e3. And now rook e6. Now your opponent definitely falls for it like immediately. But yeah, I want you to just take that knight. Now, let's talk about the whole pawns are people thing for a second. So, a lot of times when I criticize players, often at this kind of level, and I'll say things like, oh, they think pawns are people, they don't get it. And what I mean by that is a lot of times people are like, oh, I gave him double pawns. You know, I'm so happy that I got him double pawns. And the story of the position has to be bigger than that. So, for example, with bishop f3, I'm concerned far less about the pawns and more about wasting the black-white king, who is now exposed. So, for example, pop, pop, pop. Let's start this party. Let's get this party started. Yeah. All right, rook e6. Your opponent falls for it egregiously. Check to the miserable. Check to the miserable. Nice. And I like that you gave yourself an exclam. King h2. And now the party starts. Okay, good. This is a terrible move. Oh my gosh. Knight f3, king h1. Boom, we're coming in, baby. That's it. Knight g3. Checkmate. Checkmate. Yeah. Avoided hanging any pieces and try to maintain the initiative. All right, let's look at the time. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess this one didn't have the times properly marked. Okay. Let's go back and look at Southern Run just for a second here. This looks like somebody else's game. Maybe he did it. And then we want to say that that was a great game. If he can play like that, he's ready to roll. He's ready to roll. Yeah. And then we go ratings. Oh, let's go stock him, dude. There he is, dude, in Charlotte. Oh, I should have met the dude. I was in Charlotte just a couple weeks ago. He's got some daily games going on, a very red profile, looks great. And also doing like these longer games over here. Let's just check in over here with Southern Run. Fine. Okay. Fine. 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 Frisky, but fine. Thank you. A3. Oh, mistake. Very nice. Now we're winning. Knight b6, please. Bang, baby. Take it. Oh, looking good, Southern Run. Thank you. Thank you. Little bit slow. We could do f4, but okay. Oh, look at these moves, Southern Run. Stopping him from castling? Yes, sir. Okay. G5, nobody knows. Rook 81, everybody knows. B4, I don't know if I get it. Checked the miserable king. Very good. And the simple chess. F4, ooh, I like this. Yeah, there we go. Nice and smooth. Oh, my Lord, you're crushing him. Oh, yeah, fine. Oh, fine. Check. He finally gives up. Let's go look. Oh, I can't really look. It looks like, actually, how much do they start with here? 10 minutes. Okay, Southern Run wins it by the hair on his chinny chin chin. Probably a 10-15 game. Okay. Have tips to get better at chess? Join the dojo. That's right. This is the dojo, my friends. All you have to do is you go exclam, bang, dojo. And there it is. Okay, well, let's do another one over here. Boom. So that's 600, 700. Let's go 700, 800. Okay. It looks like we're looking at Kevin Sheehan. Right. Now, there's some work getting done over here. And Kevin Sheehan has done 310 hours and is very close to graduating. Yeah. Okay. This is looking good, man. Well, I definitely want to take a look at Kevin over here then. So, and Kevin's yet to graduate, so we need Kevin to do this. All right. Let's read this. He's been here since Dojo 1.0. Okay. I've gotten hooked on Chess Ultra VR and Chess Club VR. Okay, you guys got to help me. What does that mean? I feel like I should know what that means. I play OTB on my MetaQuest. It is identical to regular OTB, except I get to play in amazing environments. We can shake hands. What? Move the pieces with our own eye. I guess virtual reality. And can even go over the game after it's finished on Chess Club VR. The issue is I've hardly played on Chess.com or Elite Chess in months. I believe I've gotten much better based on my games, but I have no way to prove it here until I play more on Chess.com. My Chess Ultra rating, which is high and climbing every week, means nothing. Whoa. So there we go. Whew, I didn't even know. Should we Google it? Should we Google it, man? I'm going to Google it on the other window just in case naked ladies come up. We're going to go chess club. Chess club on MetaQuest 3 VR. I'm just going to do chess club VR. Chess club on MetaQuest. Oh, it's a Facebook thing, dude. No way. I had no idea, man. Costs 15. Actually, I'll bring it over here. I had no idea about this. So this is the chess club on Meta. Wow, dude. Mild fantasy and violence. Wait, let's play it. Let's play it. Wait, let's get some sound. Get out. Get out. Well, dude, there you have it, man. You learn something new every day, man. Oh, you learn something new every day. Well, Sam, Baltimore Open didn't go that well. I was doing fine, but I played until 10 o'clock, and then I blundered at 9:55. So I called it, and I came home. Did I play terribly? Probably not too bad, but, I did blunder at the end. Couldn't take the old man, dude, not very good at the long games. Okay, Kevin Sheehan, you just turned me on to something here, man. You just turned me on to something. MetaQuest. Dang, okay, well, let's get into this, Kevin. Now, we are going to stalk you. And maybe, I guess, you might have to be our guide into this world. Like, for example, are there ratings in MetaQuest? It's interesting for me on a variety of levels. Obviously, is it a potential thing for chess? But also, I have a friend at the gym who's like really big on saying that the whole virtual glasses thing are going to change everything. And I don't know if I can I don't know. So it's really interesting that is happening in chess, that you would think that's cool with chess, right? And I'm just realizing what's happening. Okay, you guys, hold on. I'm just realizing, I'm just trying to imagine it a little bit. So we did these reviews for these boards, okay? So, and DM Hokie did at our site. You can find it on YouTube channel. And, there's these very fancy boards, some of them very expensive, where you set them up next to your computer and you can play on them. And then basically, you're playing against somebody online, and then the moves automatically transfer. So you can you don't have to be in front of the computer where you're just bombarded with all kinds of messaging and blah, blah, blah. And you can just go and kind of be in your own little world. But I'm just thinking about it now. I'm like, okay, if you have those goggles on, you'll be sitting there. You will see the board in front of you, holy moly, and see some person, I guess, in front of you too. You probably change how they look if you don't like how they look. You have some person in front of you, and right then I guess maybe it's even like you move physically. I guess you probably do, right? You physically see this board, your hand reaches out, it touches some piece, boom, and you move it. I mean, maybe that is a future. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, okay. I've learned something new. I've learned something new. Okay, let's look at activity. Dang. Dude, Kevin Sheehan's been doing it. Non-Dojo, I have a feeling, is this MetaQuest Chess Media. And we're gonna call that MetaQuest, I guess. And we got some games analysis, tactics, and maybe no games. No. Wow. Wow. Nothing. So, Kevin, we obviously need to see some games. We are going to do the honor, though. We're going to stalk you. So that's Kevin Sheehan. Chess Dojo training program member. Very good. And it looks like he's fallen into the metaverse, my friends. He hasn't been active too much recently. Yeah, Kevin Sheehan he's doing the work in the dojo, but he's now fallen into the metaverse. Let's see what's going on. Fine so far. Good. Fine. I would prefer you leave the pawn there. Just go back. Because now your structure is a little funkier. You're doing fine, though. Okay. Fine. Okay. Good. Bishop a6 check might have been cruel. Okay, let's give him a check. No. Oh, he's bringing our knight in. Yes, we have arrived. Let's give him a check. I want you to give him a check because if he goes here, we take the knight. And if he goes knight b7, we'll just continue our Attackovich here. So if he goes the other way, we just say, Baus, you ain't going to live for that much longer. So here we go. Oh, excuse me. This is my little variation. c5, that's a frisky move. Check to the miserable. Now we're going to take that thing. Oh, we needed to take this bad boy. We could also take on c5 there. So definitely some tactical opportunities that are being missed here. Check to the miserable king. Dude, if you laid down that in that virtual reality thing, your opponent would be like, ah, and then like some king would be like knocking you down, man. Nose. Thank you. What's my gym routine? Well, nice. Good, Sam. Good. That beloved bookkeeper doing it. My gym routine. So, it's looking pretty good recently, man. I've been doing about 6 days a week with Ye Old CrossFit, and yeah, great, dude. Like I said earlier, I think there's a lot of ways it's like the dojo in that I don't have to think about it. I go, I don't think about it at all. And I just go and I do it, no problemo, you know? And that's what I need. I don't want to be like thinking like, oh, should I do this today? Should I do that today? Blah, blah, blah. I just want to go and I want to do it. And, you know, definitely, even though I'm an old dude, I'm like in some ways stronger than I've ever been. I got old man problems. I still got my old man problems, but I'm definitely feeling stronger. All right, good move. Check. Let's play queen b6. Let's play queen c7 now. Come on, baby. Bang! Mate. Very well. Okay, cool. So, again, Kevin, thank you. You've turned me on. You turned me on to something. All right, let's do one more. So we go, that was 700, 800. Oh, maybe we might do more than one. Anyways, let's go 800, 900 here. Boom. All right, the rule is simple. We do the top of the cohort and somebody who's done the last 7 days. So it looks like Michael. Yeah, we got some people now. As we go up the cohort list, you can see we start getting more and more people who are really putting in some work. Okay, so let's check out Michael here. I joined a cult. Nordovich, you're part of the training program. You're also part of a cult. Caps Chess, what do you mean? What about the next one? What does that mean? Let me just read this. I've been playing chess for a couple years since I was 25, and after almost another quarter century, I've reignited chess. Late 23, joined the dojo, mainly playing matches on Chess.com. Okay, great. So Michael, dude, is another old dude like me. We got like an old dude cult going on here. So graduated once. Beautiful line graph. That's what we're talking about, right? That's what we're talking about. Okay, so let's look at games. Okay, he's going Michael versus uploaded. Then we'll go here. Okay, this is a live chess game. Let's take a look. Okay, I doubt that this was really a good move. So, actually, it's interesting. This move, it's important to see, needs knight c3. So in this situation, queen g4 is a thing. And the reason it's a thing is because queen f6 is magically met by knight d5. With the point that if you come in, it looks really scary. But if you come in, that queen is actually a tourist, and black is facing two incredible headaches. 1, 2. And meanwhile, we also have knight h3 to kick El Queenie out. And black is toast. So very exciting move. Your move has similar ideas, but here queen f6, I think, would threaten f2 in a way that would be uncomfortable. And then the big problem is we got to worry about ld5. Okay, let's keep going. So they gave you tempo. Now we have to worry about d5. Good. Knight f6. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Knight c3. I'm very happy with the way you developed your stuff here. Not happy with that. Now you knew I was going to yell at you about it. I want you to play knight e2. I get it, though. You didn't want to face h3. Good. Now that's a dirty trick, right? That's a dirty trick. Threatening ye old Noah's Ark over here. No, not for you, son. King g7, and you castled. I like what you did. It's fine to castle here. You could consider waiting and playing knight g3. That would give us a good active piece, plus maybe we'll consider that later. But what you did is fine. Weird? No, knight doesn't know what I guess what he's obsessed with b5, but it's not something they want to do anyway. Queen g3, and then we're going to get hurt here. So, knight h5. We've talked a lot about people blundering pieces and stuff. This is a little trickier, of how it happens to us here, and your opponent spots it. This is also a sign of coming to a slightly stronger cohort than the ones we were at, half an hour ago. And let's do something here. Let's look at the times. So we want to say that Michael ends up using their time much better than their opponent. Their opponent really, like all these randos you face online, they're not going to be using their time at all. So it's a key advantage. Now, on this move 12, we thought for a little bit on move 12. And a lot of times, let's say, we can get in tactical trouble when we don't know really what to do, right? So this position, it's not entirely clear how we should be progressing, but we still have to like our position, even if it's hard to say exactly what's happening, because this bishop d7, no one knows what it's doing. This knight, no one knows what it's doing. I think a good dream is to think about how can I get f4 at some point moving, and maybe you even thinking about that when you play queen g3, right? I think queen e3 might be a nice move, but then I don't like this trade. I don't want to give him that. That's too much for me. Now, actually, let's do a little bit more calculation, Kraai. Check to the miserable queen. Snip. It's not a check, Kraai. I think that's the only move I'm afraid of. But then I hit him with El Stunner. Whack! And I cut El Retrito. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, no! I cut El Retrito for the knight. So actually, maybe queen e3 would work. We'd have to make sure about that knight g4 stuff. And here we're threatening bishop h6. And the point of f4 is to get our rook involved. Right? We're just part of our development. We want to get the pieces involved. Okay. Queen g3, here we go. Knight h5, good move. Boom, 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 boom. And you say this is equal. I still like your position better, and I especially like it better after f4. Beautiful. Look at that. You're doing stuff. You're giving him the business. f6. Ooh, f5. Oh, this guy's frisky. Now, one of the things to say, first of all, let's just give thanks that you didn't lose a piece in that whole exchange. One of the funny things actually about it is, if he doesn't win the piece and they get, or if they don't win a piece and they get the position that we get in the game, then maybe queen g3 isn't that bad of a move. Because what happens is we got the jump. We got the jump here with f4. Black definitely has issues. So f5, frisky. And the move, well, this is a spicy situation. I think I like what you did. Boom. Boom. And then you said, excuse me, Baus, I want you to give me the f7 square. Very good. Now, let's just show you what I'm talking about. This player who's playing black, by the way, to be strong enough to see the move knight h5, amazing. But let me just say, if this person ever joined the dojo, his opponent here, they wouldn't have this clock time thing, right? And they would think when they moved on the move f5. What did they do in move 16? Look at Jack's amazing thing. Did they think? That was actually one of their bigger things. Not for a minute. This position is very dire for black, and they have to do something which tries to keep the position closed. So, for example, and that starts thinking about getting this knight out. So to that end, I guess I would like black to play maybe bishop e8, guarding this tender square, and then intending knight d7. Maybe we're not totally toast. But now, look at this. White makes a very nice breakthrough, and we're going to have to say that bishop f5 was a mistake, and the dude had to try that move. White's still in charge, but that's the move they needed to play. This could be a good move coming next, or knight g3, either of those moves, and we really give the business to those pawns. And why can we give the business? Because black is not developed. Okay, so now rook f7, beautiful. And at a GM level, we are now what we'd say winning this position. The rook is too strong over there on f7. Okay, now, big important thing. I haven't seen this game, of course. What we want is for white soon, not later, soon, to do something with this knight. Right? Where does that knight want to be? That's a nice square. Not only is it just a nice square because it's looking at all these businesses, but once we get there, we'll be threatening g5, king h5, mate. Okay, so here we go. Knight g3, good. Heading to e4, which is a nice outpost. Oh, buddy, you're going to graduate soon. Look at that, dude. Look at that. That's the kind of annotation that we need to see, my friends. Rook e8. Did he find it? Check to the miserable king. This is what happens when you do your mates, buddy. Checkmate. Did you tell him? Welcome to the dojo. Woo, baby, let's go. Let's go. All right. That was fun. That was fun. Just make sure of something here. I think I can do one more and then I gotta go. So, we got a scoreboard, and then we got 900 to 1,000, and then we got PDX Jackson. Let me just make sure of some things. So PDX Jackson is in the wrong cohort. That's another thing. I don't do it. If you're in the wrong cohort, I'm not gonna do it. PDX Jackson, I don't know what's going on. PDX Jackson has lost some points. Now, I've lost some points too, boss. I might degrade myself. It's so fine. It's fine to degrade yourself. Not that kind of degrade yourself. Demotion, to demote yourself. Fine. So me and PDX Jackson might need to demote ourselves. Ambush, big time OG over here at the dojo. Hasn't done any work the last 7 days. Let's look at Amaricom. And Amaricom's 925 has been definitely doing a lot of work. 52, we got some old dudes right around my age here. Okay. Playing against a computer, yeah, monotonous. Life got in the way. Pandemic. Okay, we got a pandemic player. Great. Amaricom has graduated once, and they are doing loads of work. Really nice. Let's just click around for a second. Beautiful. Now the mates in 2 starts showing up over here. We got 456. Beautiful. And this is great. End games for the algorithm. Great. Okay. Well, let's see if we got some games, my friend. Oh, we do. Yes, we do. Fairly recent one here. I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm not even going to say nothing. Okay. Check. Fine. Okay, interesting position. All right, Queen C2. Actually, I just want to say, you're playing great. You got this nice center. Everything's going fine. And the question will be, we don't like knight g6 too much because it's not developing. The question will be, can we, if and when do we want to transfer the game to a French structure with e5? Okay, you castle. Now, I want to say, the ambitious move here for you, not even sure I like it, but it would be to think about h4. We could also play e5 now with intentions of playing e4. For example, e5 castles h4. And it's going to be welcome to the dojo very soon here. Okay, but here we go. Castle's fine. Okay, notice they are not developing their pieces. So, we do... Now, this is a little bit more advanced here. But we don't want to let them exchange anything because they're cramped. I don't know if I want to say it because it's a little bit advanced, but it is true that this exchange is good for black, okay? Because they are cramped. Is your game still amazing? Yes. Okay, so here we go, castles and knight f4. Right, so again, you are the one who is initiating trades. It is a little difficult to know exactly how to play this position, but the plan that immediately springs to mind is f4, knight g3, f5. And yes, we're going to do an attack, but also we are activating this knight, we are activating the rook, and if they take, we're activating the knight. Okay, so knight f4. This dude got trading machine. Now, the problem with bishop g5 is they're not developing. That will be the most common mistake that you'll see over and over again. What's the right move? Bishop d7, rook c8. Also, that's their best bishop. Look at that. Pawns on light squares. Those are the bricks on the light squares. This is the mortar. He's giving away the mortar. Knight e2, maybe. Okay, knight e2. Good move. Good move. Now let's f4 him, please. Oh, now it's funny. Well, actually, I have some sympathy for this endgame. Okay, if you want to do the endgame. Now, this is a mistake because it allows the bishop to activate itself. So stronger would have been rook fc1. Mistake. Mistake. Now, this is a big mistake because, very nice, you now win the battle of the c file. Now, this is not a boring game, my friend. This actually, you can use this for your future chess life and say, look, Kraai says this position is close to winning, maybe even winning. Now, it's going to get a little bit detail-oriented, but the only way black can save themselves here is to play or try to play f6 followed by rook f7 to counter the beast on the 7th rank. No. You need to play either rook c6 or rook c7 to activate that rook. I like rook c6 first. That doesn't do anything. That's a terrible move too. You need to play f6. So you're making all these pawn moves and you're not appreciating that you have, once you start the business, man, once you start the business, you ain't going to have much. Let's put the rook down. Oh. Let's put the rook down. Oh. Now you put the rook down. Okay. Passive. Good. Now you should be able to work him. Good. Now, it's a tense situation. I like h4. Good. King g4. Good. f5. Frisky. And now rook c6 looks good. Draw! My opponent here offered a draw. I accepted because from this position I thought that only a huge blunder will give any time. Oh, my dear friends. We got to play on. We got to play on. Yeah. Not only that, but you're playing some chump who doesn't understand that time is important. Let's look at this time graph. Boom. It's a common. It's gaining time. Why it's gaining? This is so common. Now, some dojo players, I've done some admonishments, also moving too fast. But something I really like to see is when we play, we being the dojo, play some chumps off the internet, we get time graphs like this, where this person might well be stronger than us, but we want to be the ones who are pushing with the time, right? We are using our time. Okay, so when is my next analysis class coming? Good question. I advertised that. Let's see if I can find it. We go calendar, and we go month. And right, so here it is. Game analysis class for 12 to 1700 starts on the 20th of this month. And we don't have anybody signed up yet. But there it is. This first analysis class that we did was really great. It was just, I limited it to 5 people. We had it from 1,000 to 1,400, so now I thought it'd be cool, go 1,200 to 1,700. Kraai, you should have maybe said 12 to 16. In any case, that's what I did. That's the class. If people are into it, I'll keep doing it. I'll keep moving around the rating cohorts of it. Knows All is also doing some classes. Let's go look at that, actually. Kostya is doing his calculations class, and Knows is doing this class. It just seems really, really cool. I mean, just 2 people, very cheap, dude. So we have some great classes that are going on at the dojo. Guys, I got to run. I got to go lift heavy things now. It is time. So it's been fun. I'm going to rate a friend of the dojo here.